Hi there, and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm sharing with you some cards that I made using this Graphic 45 collection called Let It Be. This is size 8x8. I purchased the paper and some of the chipboard and ephemera pieces online from Paper Wishes, but I'm sure you can find this in other online stores as well. So let me just flip through the papers a little bit. Here is the back side of this one. I already filmed this once, but my battery died, so it didn't show up all the way. Here's the back side of this cut part page. Here's the front and back side of this. I've used this pattern and this pattern a lot in my cards, so I don't have much left of that. Here's the back side of the floral. Here's the back side of the sunflowers. This is the back side of another cut-apart page. And this is the back side of this floral. And this is the back side of this page that is featured on the cover. So those are the papers I used. I was inspired by several people on YouTube for their card designs, so I made several cards. The first person that inspired me and always inspires me is Sam Calcott of Mixed Up Crafts, and she recently shared a tutorial on making a Dutch fold card, or a double Dutch fold card, and so that's what I did here. This is a 6x6 card base. This is one of the chipboard pieces from the collection, and I just popped out the center part from the frame, glued the frame to the upper part of the card, and then put foam tape behind this piece and then popped it back in place so it stands up a little bit more. And these bees are from a Stampin' Up! Card kit called Botanical Prints Medley. But anyway, a Dutch fold card has these little doors at the bottom. And then you can stand your card to display. So imagine this, if you will, if it were sitting on the table, the doors are holding up that front flap for display. So there's my first card. I matted with some kind of a matte gold metallic cardstock, and then the patterned papers. And then down here I used some black cardstock behind the gold. I guess I did up here as well. The second card, at the end of her video, she always shows a couple other videos that are related, and so from this Dutch fold card, she showed a video for a 5x7, and so I made this one right here. This is one of the ephemera pieces from the kit, or from the collection that I purchased. This oval is from Karen Burniston. It's a crosshatch oval, and this is another oval from that set that I just cut from pattern paper. And like I said, this is one of the ephemera pieces, another one of the bumblebees from Stampin' Up! So this card looks like this. Down here I decorated both sides of the doors and used one of the pattern papers that had stripes to write on, because I figured it was light enough to still see your message. And again, it'll stand up, and if you were looking at it from the front, it would look like this. So just a nice display card, which Sam is so famous for. So another card that I made was also a Dutch fold card. This one was inspired by Simone from Blonde Cards and Crafts, and she was inspired by Dawn's Stamping Thoughts. But the reason I liked Dawn's card is an A2 size card. Simone's card was a 6x6, and I was in the mood to make larger size cards, so I followed Simone's tutorial. And so here's some of the pattern papers that I used. This was one of the border strips. Here's one of the butterflies, a little chipboard sunflower that I just put on top, and one of the Stampin' Up! Bumblebees. This little saying says, "Just living is not enough," said the butterfly. "One must have sunshine and a little flower." And that's a quote from Hans Christian Andersen. And then this is another chipboard piece. I kept them both together and just glued them on. So what's fun about this card is when you open up the doors, it pushes the top up. You can see those little hinges right there in the corner, right up there in each corner. Okay, and then this is a little flap inside the card that you lift up then to write your message. And again, this card can stand open a little bit for display. But the fun part of this card is when you open this up and it folds out and it lifts the top at the same time. And then the last card that I have to share with you using this collection was inspired by Susan Campfield, and her YouTube channel is called Sue Stampfield, and she's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And she showed a tutorial on how to make a faux stepper card. So you know that stepper cards often have slits cut in the card base so that when you score and fold, the middle section pops out and up. Well, her faux stepper card doesn't require any extra cutting or measuring. So I thought that was really fun, and when I saw that idea, I just wasn't ready to quit using this collection yet, so I decided to make a card following her tutorial. And again, one of those Stampin' Up! Bees, and this is one of the ephemera pieces. I just used foam tape behind this section of it so that it would pop up from the front. And then I tied some black twine around the bottom step. And then just added some ivory colored cardstock on the inside to write your message. So those are my 4 cards inspired by 3 very talented crafters here on YouTube. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and now I'm off to create.